Welcome back to another video, my awesome followers. Today I have a little sort of reaction video for you, a sort of response video to something that I found online. Now this is not a video, it's actually in response to a eating disorder nutritionist, okay? Now basically the reason I want to do this is because I want to make you guys aware that not all of the information that you find out there in regards to eating disorder recovery is valid, and that is even the case when it comes from someone who actually claims to be a nutritionist. Okay, so this person, in fact, the reason I found this is because I went on to Google and I searched for eating disorder recovery meal plans to see what would come up, to see what is actually out there. And this was one of the top results in my search. So I clicked on it and it's a website called Healing for Eating Disorders. And I thought, oh, this must be great. So it is this woman called Lauren, ironically. Awesome name, but can't say the same for the meal plan. So anyway, I went on there and I saw her recovery meal plans for eating disorders, and I read it and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the actual fuck? I went back to see what her actual credentials were, and it says that she is a holistic nutrition coach or whatever. Now, just be aware when you do find these things like holistic nutrition coaching, whatever, to be skeptical, skeptical at the least, right? Because it's not the same as like registered dietitian. Not that I'm saying all registered dietitians are amazing, but in terms of eating disorder recovery, registered dietitians do tend to be pretty good, okay, for the most part. I'm not joking here. And especially if they are specifically eating disorder specialist ones. So she's a holistic, I mean, I could go on today and become a holistic health coach online. Anyone could, any of you guys. And the fact is that she has also suffered from an eating disorder for 10 years, right? So, you know, her intentions are good. She wants to help people. I looked through some of her other content, you know, and it's good, you know, but the thing is, the most important part about eating disorder recovery, one of the most important parts, is food and eating and restoring normal eating, restoring weight. And if you're someone out there who goes and looks for, you know, if you're out there on your own and you want to recover and you Google recovery meal plans and this is what you come across and you follow this, then God help you. Seriously, God help you. So I'm going to show you guys and go through these eating disorder meal plans that are recommended. So she's got a page here of sample meal plans for eating disorder recovery, okay? Now, the meal plan number 1 we'll have a look at. So breakfast is at 7:30. You're having a banana, half a cup or 1 serving of cereal, and a cup of milk. Okay, from the outset, you know, it might seem not too bad, but what I'd like to do here is actually just show you guys what half a cup serving of cereal actually looks like. So here I've brought my little measuring cups. We've got them for £1 in Poundland, awesome. And this one here is the half, just make sure. Yep, this is a standard half cup serving, okay, it's tiny. I've got some chocolate cornflakes here as well. So we're going to pour these in. So there you go. That's a half cup serving. That's a half cup serving, this tiny little thing, right? Now this is a normal size cereal bowl, okay? Don't know what it looks like to use in camera, but normal size. This is a half cup serving. That's what that looks like. Now that is what that looks like. That pathetic little dribble in the bottom of the bowl there, that is what she's recommending for breakfast, right? Not even the size of my hand. Look at it, it's tiny. I actually cannot believe that that's what she's recommending. So there you go. Fail on breakfast already, and it's not even 8 o'clock yet. Then we have 10 a.m., a protein shake, or half a cup of cottage cheese with pineapple. I don't know about you guys, but like there's nothing wrong with the foods, but that's the kind of foods that you see like kind of recommended on a Weight Watchers plan, or a kind of weight loss plan. Have your cottage cheese and pineapple, um, or like a protein shake. Like there's nothing wrong with that, and these are like I eat these foods, but I do kind of tend to have something else along with them, and just saying protein shake, I mean, if I make a protein shake, I put protein powder in, put bananas, peanut butter, whatever, but like it's a little bit vague there. And like I say, the cottage cheese, that is kind of food that you do find on these weight loss meal plans. Then at 12:30 we have lunch, and it's a turkey sandwich with a slice of cheese on 2 slices of whole wheat bread. Well, I actually see no problem there. It's a sandwich. It's got your protein in there. It's hopefully like good sized bread. Nothing really wrong there. But if we look at the next part of lunch, carrots and celery with low fat ranch dressing. Okay, one, why would you fill up on foods that are pretty much void of calories, right? I mean, I know they're full of nutrition, but come on, for eating disorder recovery, when you're really trying to gain weight, you don't want to be filling yourself up on carrots and celery. Again, this is a very skewing towards clean eating and weight loss foods and low fat ranch dressing. Now, I'm sorry, but everyone knows, well, everyone should know that one of the main things that is crucial when you are following an eating disorder recovery meal plan is that you do not have low fat versions of the foods, okay? You are supposed to have the full fat versions of these foods. Mainly because people with eating disorders, it's part of the eating disorder that they will go for always the low fat or the low calorie options. And this is trying to get them out of that mindset. And also because you need to gain weight anyway, so you don't go for the low fat version. Duh. So that whole part of lunch there, those vegetable sticks and low fat ranch dressing, yeah, that's probably what my aunt would have who is following Weight Watchers. Then we have a 3 o'clock snack, one serving of crackers, pretzels, or popcorn. Again, there's nothing really inherently wrong with that. It's not exactly nutrient dense, and also a lot of people with eating disorders do choose to fill up on foods like popcorn because it's pretty much just like air and relatively low calories. So it's like safe foods. Maybe having something in there like a chocolate bar or a trail mix, some nuts or something would be a better option. And then we have dinner, a grilled chicken breast, some broccoli, noodles with a tablespoon of butter, and 1 cup of milk or soy milk. Again, there's nothing really wrong with that dinner. It is a standard dinner. It's probably got a decent amount of calories in it, but why is there not even a dessert or anything with it? You should at least be having like a tub of yogurt or a tub of like, I don't know, a cake or something after the dinner, and there's nothing there. That doesn't really seem to me like eating disorder recovery. It's again still relatively low in calories. And then at the end of the night for supper or whatever, 1 cup of yogurt with 1 medium apple. Again, very safe foods, very relatively low calories and healthy foods. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong here with eating all of these healthy foods. Of course, we need to get in the nutrients. That is like, it should be like eating disorder recovery meal plan should contain so many nutritious and nutrient dense foods because we need the nutrients. But at the same time, something that is slightly more important than nutrients is calories, right? Or calories, whatever. And this meal plan, as I'm about to show you, is not really providing. Another thing as well that's also important along with nutrient dense foods is to have some kind of unclean foods in there, like biscuits, chocolate, things that might be considered fear foods, or like difficult. Everything doesn't have to be super duper healthy, and it shouldn't be. not for eating disorder recovery. So what I decided to do, I was like, this seems pretty low volume and low calories. I'm going to shove it into Chronometer. So that's exactly what I did. And after punching everything into Chronometer, I found that for the day, it totaled 1,570 calories. Can we just take a moment here? 1,570 calories. That's probably the amounts that a small child would have to eat. In fact, a small child would probably be eating more than that. For a teenager or a grown woman, anything below 2,000 calories would be kind of low. Okay, I know there are plenty of diets and ways of eating out there that might say promote 1,800 calories, whatever. Again, it depends on every person's individual activity level, height, current weight, etc., etc. But considering that we're talking about eating disorder recovery here, as this is supposedly a eating disorder recovery website and eating disorder recovery meal plans, 1,570 calories is probably about half what you should be eating. Right? Eating disorder recovery requires more calories than the average person would require, right? Sometimes it's actually been shown in treatment centres that people are eating 4,000, 5,000, even up to 10,000 calories a day because they go into hypermetabolism. Okay, I am currently having to build up because my digestion has been really bad. I'm currently on about 2,400-ish calories is what I don't like to talk about calories and stuff, right? But fuck it, we're just going to. So that's kind of what I'm eating at the moment, and I'm building that up eventually. Hopefully that will get up soon to 3,000. And that is what is required even for a small amount of weight gain. So what is that doing? What is 1,570 calories going to do? Like, really? It's either going to cause that person to lose more weight or to stay stuck at their current weight because their metabolism is so low because they're eating so few calories, right? But the fact is, it's not going to do any internal repairs. It's not going to help them recover from their eating disorder in any way, shape, or form. Okay, the diet, it does have just under 100 grams of protein, as is showing on Chronometer, which is okay. But like I have said in the past, people with eating disorders do require slightly higher protein intake than the average person because protein. Everyone knows that protein is for growth and repair primarily, and trust me, people with eating disorders need a lot of that. A hell of a lot of that. It's also relatively low in fat. In fact, if you actually see here, the nutrients that it is lacking in, it is very low in vitamin E. And vitamin E can be found in foods which are higher fat, such as almonds, such as walnuts, I think avocado as well. But vitamin E you will get in your fattier foods. So yeah, basically why I wanted to point this out is the fact that a lot of you guys and a lot of people in general who want to recover from their eating disorder will go online, because we have access to so much information now. Why wouldn't this be good? Why wouldn't this healing for eating disorders, it sounds so good. Obviously it's legit, but I want to point out that you need to be skeptical, you need to be wary about the sources that you're getting your information from. I find it rather disturbing that someone with an eating disorder would go on here to try and help themselves, come across that meal plan and think that that's okay. And then it could be really detrimental both to their illness, to their recovery. And this is why, as well, a lot of people say to me in the comment section, Lauren, who are you to give advice to people? You've still got an eating disorder. Get yourself healthy first. You're going to give out disordered advice to people. People need to take advice from people who are actually recovered or who are actually nutritionists. Well, I'm sorry, but here you have someone who is supposedly recovered from an eating disorder, who is supposedly a nutritionist, and giving out bullshit meal plans that have got 1,570 calories. Whereas if you've got me, who, yes, I still have an eating disorder. I am currently in recovery. I do still have my own struggles, but at least I am giving the truth about the amount of calories that are required for eating disorder recovery, which I am trying to strive for myself, right? Which I do still find difficult to eat those huge amounts. I'm not going to lie to you. And sometimes it's not sometimes, it is easier to get those calories on more calorie dense foods, not fucking celeries and carrot sticks. Okay, so I'm out here, I'm living it, and I'm giving my experience, and that's how my advice is helpful. Whereas sometimes what might be considered more legit advice is actually not, and is actually the opposite. So, guys, if you don't take anything else from this video, please just take the fact that, there's a plethora of information out there on the internet, but there's also a lot of shit information out there. And just because a website might seem legit and seem, oh yeah, this is really cool, she's a nutritionist, it does not mean that it's awesome. So thank you for watching this video, and I shall see you in the next one.